How's everybody doing? How's everyone?
Great.
I can't hear you. How's everybody doing? All right, 15 jumping jacks. We're going to wake up. I want to welcome everybody. So glad to see everybody. Good day, my friends in tribal community in our Mississippi Wampanoag language. We are hosting the Mass Gaming Commission meeting here today at the Mashpee Wampanoag Tribal Community and Government Center. Put your hands together for the first time ever for something like this. And we thank you, Mass Gaming Commission, for being here. Whew. Very exciting day, very exciting day. Well, I do want to extend a warm welcoming and hospitality to Chairman Steve Crosby and the Mass Gaming Commission. Welcome, thank you very much for being here. Put your hands together for them. And we as the Mississippi Wampanoag people are very excited to host this Massachusetts Gaming Commission meeting here. I was going to say Mashpee Gaming Commission, Massachusetts Gaming Commission here. And as you know, we do have the Mashpee Wampanoag Tribe Gaming Commission. They're here present, and they're going to be the teams that work together to build the best-in-class relationship as we build the best-in-class, the first-in-class Mashpee Wampanoag Destination Resort Casino, now called First Light Resort Casino. So when we say Project First Light Casino, it's no longer a project, it's real. It's First Light Destination Resort and Casino. And you'll see our brand around here. I'm not sure if we have our brand up, but you know, you'll see different pieces that represent our brand. We're pretty excited about it. Also want to recognize my very good friend, Mayor Tom Hoy from the city of Taunton. Put your hands together for Mayor Tom Hoy. And also his right hand and another great man from the city of Taunton, City Solicitor Jason Buffington. Welcome, Jason. I point out these two young gentlemen as friends, as leaders of the community of the city of Taunton, because we've worked very closely as a tribe and with these two leaders to form a very exciting collaborative and cooperative relationship that extends way beyond what you could ever imagine when you think about the great city of Taunton and the people that live there, as well as our tribe that was there as well with our great chiefs, Witamu and our sister Awashank, who lived there. And it was an amazing historical situation for our people. And you ever hear that song, Reunited Because It Feels So Good? Well, we're reunited because it feels so good. And it's very exciting. Senator Pacheco almost started singing We Are Family yesterday, and that would have been pretty exciting as well. But nevertheless, there's a lot of fun here because we're very excited about the relationship. I want to recognize our tribal community. Put your hands together for our tribal community and tribal elders that are here. Hoka! Hoka! Also, I want to recognize the Mashpee Wampanoag Tribal Council. Mashpee Wampanoag Tribal Council. Wave your hands. Put your hands in the air. Wave them like you just don't care. And also our Mashpee Wampanoag Tribe Gaming Authority, right here responsible for First Light Destination Resort Casino. Very exciting day. Also, I want to recognize two fabulous young ladies who represent our culture in such a way that is so outstanding in today's modern day as we represent our culture and history. Our current Mashpee Wampanoag Powwow Princess, Abigail Peters. Please stand up and give them that lovely wave and smile. And also, our little Miss Wampanoag, Daisha Prince. Daisha Fry. I said Daisha the Princess. Daisha Fry, please stand up. Also, we have our Mashpee Wampanoag Gaming Commission. Please stand up and wave your hands right there. We have our Owners Project Rep team, our legal counsel, our construction teams, and also I want to point out the strong relationship for the team that really ensured that this could happen, that believed in the Mashpee Wampanoag Tribe when others didn't, that said, hey, you know what, yes, we can do this together. And you know, we have a great opportunity to build the first-in-class resort casino. The Genton Group, Michael Speller and Kevin Jones, please stand up and wave your hands. And yes, they are the biggest gaming company in the world. They're the best gaming company in the world, and we are funded by them to build this amazing facility. So it's so exciting to have the #1 best-in-class gaming company as a partner working with the Mashpee Wampanoag Tribe. We're really excited about it, and with the city of Taunton, we look at our tribal community and all the experts that we have, along with our tribal government. We look forward to working very exclusively with the Mashpee, I'm sorry, I keep saying in the Mashpee Gaming Commission, with the Massachusetts Gaming Commission, with Chairman Steve Crosby and team, and I think this is a very, very, very exciting day. So what you smell in the air right now is our sage, and you know, we like to smudge the place to create good energy, Winishkiti, good medicine in our language, and to bring good spirits here, because that's what today is all about. Bringing good medicine, bringing strong collaborative relationships that define or are defining moments around building something very special. And we believe that we're building something super special that not only our tribe, the Mashpee Wampanoag tribe, will be very proud of, not only the city of Taunton will be very proud of, our great partners and friends in the city of Taunton, but also the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, because we believe that what we're doing here is we're going to spend $1 billion in the city of Taunton to build the best-in-class, first-in-class destination resort casino. And guess what? We are funded to do that. And also, we are breaking ground next month to get that started. That's exciting. Put your hands together for yourself, folks, because this is about you, all about you. You know, we have very strong business goals in mind, because when you look at all these papers right here, thousands of sheets that not only define very beautiful pictures that you're going to see about First Light, but what you're seeing is real design and development documents that are 100% completion, construction documents that are 100% completion. That's very important here. That's these documents that you see. That's years and years of our tribe keeping our heads down, focused, staying out of the fray of what everybody else may think that we're going to do and not going to do, because they're confused, but we know what we're doing, and we've been very focused on what we're doing. And these documents right here represent the hard work, the millions of dollars that we spent in a dream that is now becoming a reality. First Light Resort Casino in the great city of Taunton. You know, many doubted us, but we'll be the first full open-scale destination resort casino in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. That's amazing. We looked at Region A, B, and C, and everyone thought Region C was going to be left behind, and those others will be opening. Wow, I tell you what, the Creator is good. The first shall be last, and last shall be first, and the Mashpee Wampanoags shall be first. So I've introduced our world-class development team, Kevin Jones and Michael Speller, who are here as well to really show that they're here, because they've always been here. They've always been with the tribe. They've always funded the tribe through thick and thin. They've stayed committed. No matter what anybody said that couldn't be done, they said, we're sticking with you through thick and thin, and we are going to build this facility. And as we go through this facility and begin to look at these magnificent designs, there's not going to be any other facility that will be able to come close, that's going to spend the investment, that's going to stand by the investment, that's going to produce a product that's going to make us all proud. So I'm very excited about that. Very, very excited about that. So without any further ado, I want to introduce our medicine man, Soaring Eagle Guy Cash. I saw him a moment ago. I think he probably just stepped out. Is he here? He's here. Welcome. Put your hands together for our medicine man, Soaring Eagle Guy Cash.
If I could just ask everybody just to, you can stand, please. I know you can. And just hold the person's hand beside you. And at this moment, I'd like to ask if you could please just take a deep breath, a cleansing breath. Breathe it in and let it out nice and slow. Creator of all creation, hear our prayers. We ask that you help us, lead us, guide us, strengthen us. Take care of our chief, our elders, our men, our women, our babies here and yet to come. Those who may have fallen ill, we ask that you be with them. We ask that you cleanse the air so that we can breathe. Cleanse the waters so that we be able to drink, so that we can sustain life as we know it as human beings here on earth. We ask that you help heal the world for those who are less fortunate than ourselves. For those who may be sick and ill, we ask that you help them and strengthen them. For those who may be weak in their ways of maybe abuse, drugs, alcohol, we ask that you give them the strength to say no and guide them and walk with them. We give strength to our chief, give strength to our council, our chairman, and all those on it, on the board, so that they can continue to lead us for the betterment of our people. I want to say that this casino doesn't define us who we are as Mashpee Wampanoag people, because our blood is in the root of the tree and the blood of the earth. Aho.
Katapatash, Katapatash. That's thank you in our language. And Katapatanamu Nitampakanatawama. Thank you to our tribal friends and tribal community. Just a couple more folks I want to recognize before we get started. The Taunton City Councilors, are you in the house? Please stand up and wave your hand. You see Estelle Borges over there. Thank you, Estelle. And I'm not for sure if anybody else is here, but thank you, Estelle, for being here. Thank you for your leadership on the City Council, for helping to make this all possible. Our union friends, where are you? I see Dave Fenton. Please stand up. There they all are. Stand up, gentlemen. Great relationship that we've established. They've stood by us once again through thick and thin, and they are friends. And also, I want to introduce the gentleman that I introduced yesterday at the city meeting, public meeting, as the heavyweight champion of all architects, Paul Steelman. And, you know, I don't mean heavyweight in that way, but, you know, he's an amazing architect that has breathed life into these designs to make them real. And Harry Stenger, where's Harry? Are you around, Harry? There's Harry. Wave your hand, Harry. And also, you know, we've got our joint venture team, DeMeo, Penta, and Talaco. Where are you guys? Pre-construction development services. And so we're excited about that, and all that made it possible. Well, I want to turn this magnificent moment and historical moment over to Chairman Steve Crosby to officially open this open public policy meeting of the Massachusetts Gaming Commission. Welcome, the Honorable Steve Crosby.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Is this working? Thank you very much, Chairman Cromwell. I am pleased to call to order the 181st meeting of the Massachusetts Gaming Commission. This is a regularly scheduled Gaming Commission meeting. It is being streamed live on the web, and it will be recorded also for all posterity. I particularly want to thank you all in the tribe, to Chairman Cromwell, to Vice Chair Jesse Littledoe, to all of you from the Mashpee Wampanoag Tribal Nation for welcoming us to your sovereign land. We have one order of business here today, and that is to learn about the tribe, its history, its culture, its customs, and to get a status report on its plan for a regional casino based on its sovereign rights vested by the recent virtue of the Land and Trust designation. The Gaming Commission has two purposes for this order of business today, both of which I want to mention. First, under a compact negotiated between two sovereigns, the Mashpee Wampanoag Tribal Nation and the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, we have a shared regulatory relationship over a tribal casino. The compact gives the Mass Gaming Commission the responsibility to work with the Tribal Gaming Authority to be sure that our regulatory standards are compatible. No matter what else happens in Region C or southeastern Massachusetts, this regulatory partnership between two sovereigns will be in place. Thus, it's important for the Massachusetts Gaming Commission to know and understand the history, culture, and casino plans of the Mashpee. Second, as everyone knows, the Mass Gaming Commission is in the process of considering a commercial application for southeastern Massachusetts or Region C. We have said for several years that that decision-making process will have two steps. First, and we're in the process of this now, we will have to make a decision on whether or not we have a quality application by the standards that we've established already for destination resort casinos in Massachusetts. If we determine that we do have such a quality application, then we have to make a second decision, and that is whether to award that commercial license given all the other circumstances that obtain in southeastern Massachusetts at the time, and perhaps most important among those is the conditions and status of the tribal casino planned by the tribe. We are fully cognizant of the fact that the tribe disagrees with our understanding of the gaming law and the compact, but we are deeply appreciative that the tribe is willing, nevertheless, to invite us to their tribal land to learn in detail about their casino plans in order that that information can help inform our decision-making on Region C or southeastern Massachusetts. This is the second purpose of our visit here today. With that, it's my pleasure. I'm joined by our four other commissioners, Commissioner Gail Cameron, Commissioner Lloyd McDonald, Commissioner Enrique Zuniga, and Commissioner Bruce Stebbins. We're tremendously pleased and flattered to be here on your sovereign territory, and I will pass the baton back to Chairman Cromwell for the rest of the presentation.
Okay. Again, thank you, Chairman Crosby and Mass Gaming Commission members. My pleasure and my honor to really be able to, and our tribe's honor and pleasure, to be able to host this historical Mass Gaming Commission. By the way, we have land into trust. Chairman Crosby, that's going to be my trademark statement wherever I go 20 years from now. Do you know we have land into trust? People are going to say, okay, we get it. But we have land into trust. I always open up my comments with that. But I'd like to turn the microphone over to Vice Chair Jessie Del Little Bear. Welcome, Vice Chair. Yes. She's doing an amazing job.
Stay right there, Chairman. Panikisak masananyuak, taswischasikunikwais nu Tomas masipiat. Before I make some comments, as you know, we have our princess here, Abigail Peters, and we have little Miss Deja Fry, and both of these young women are here because they live and breathe their culture, and that's our greatest hope for our children. Whatever we do is for our children, and for those who aren't born yet, those who we will not see. And these young ladies have both prepared statements before I make mine, and I'm so proud of that. And I would like to recognize first Mashpee Wampanoag Princess Abigail Peters to speak, and then Little Miss Deja Fry. Abigail?
Wanikisa, Natasui Abigail Peters. Good morning, everyone. Well, actually, good afternoon. My bad. I'm a 16-year-old junior attending Mashpee High School, and I'm the current Mashpee Wampanoag Power Princess 2015-2016. I'm just going to tell you a little bit about myself. I play varsity lacrosse, basketball, and cheerleading at Mashpee High School. I've been on varsity for lacrosse and basketball ever since freshman year. And as of my senior year, my teachers have recommended me for AP and honors classes. So I plan on going to college at University of North Carolina to become a registered nurse at Boston Children's Hospital or right here at IHS, Indian Health Services. I believe that the casino is a positive asset for our tribal community, and I'm very excited for our future as a tribal nation. Thank you, and I wish good medicine to you all.
Good afternoon, I'm Deja Fry, Little Miss Wampanoag 2015-2016. I'm a 14-year-old freshman at Dennis Yarmouth High School where I play volleyball and softball. I attend all honors classes and have made honor roll every term this year. I plan to take marine biology as a major in college as well. I'm very excited to see what our future holds as a tribe, and I wish good medicine to you all. Thank you.
Tabatanamu to these nice young ladies. As I said, nataswi chasi kwanikwais, nin sonkash kwata masipi wampanaak, wanikisa ka kunipiamu, masananyuak, at masipi wataki mawanyat, kawonk wami wampanai wataki mawanyat. So I just said, I'm Jessie Little Doe Baird. I am the vice chairwoman of the Mashpee Wampanoag Nation. And I welcome you all not only to the Mashpee Wampanoag Nation, but to all of Wampanoag Territory, the nation. As you may be aware, or maybe not, I'm welcoming you here to Mashpee, but really we are just one of an original 69 tribes in one nation. And that nation was organized much the same way the United States is organized today, in that there were 69 separate, smaller governments, just like the states in the United States, and one large nation. So while I am a Sonkashk, and male leader is a Sonkyum, we have a leader of all of the nation called a Massasoit. And people often get confused today and think, oh, Massasoit was a person, but in fact it was a title. And at the time of the first European settlement here, Usamiquin was the Massasoit at the time. And he had a dream. He had a dream that we could live together as two people. And he worked toward that, and he was able to craft a peace with the Pilgrims, 1620. That lasted until his death. Shortly after that, right after that, his son Wamsutta was Massasoit. And Wamsutta passed away after approximately a year. And then it was Pametacom. Pametacom was the next Massasoit, who you often hear referred to as King Philip. And all of these gentlemen moved throughout this nation, all 69 tribes, from Cape Ann, which is near Gloucester for those who don't know, sort of southwest to Nipmuc territory, and all the way down to Narragansett Bay, including, of course, Mashpee and the Cape and the Islands. That's all Wampanoag territory. And so I welcome you here, and I think that the thing that I would like us to keep in mind is that since that time, since King Philip's War, and since it ended, we have, as two people, still been striving to live together and share the same space, and we have successfully done so today. And I would ask the Gaming Commission, and those who aren't on the Gaming Commission, and my own people, my hope is that we would listen to one another with open minds, keep our hearts open, and know that we are doing this for our children, and we understand you act on behalf of your children, those that are here and those who are not yet born. And so in that spirit, I say welcome to Mashpee, and if there's anything that we can do to make you more comfortable, we are famous for our hospitality, and you just let us know, and we'll take care of you. And thank you, gentlemen and ladies, for being with us today. And you are going to see an incredible project, an incredible amount of work coming to culmination in this next 12 months. Thank you, and welcome.
Thank you, Vice Chair Jessie Little Doe Baird. Appreciative, and thank you to our tribal princesses. And again, I also want to recognize our chief, Silent Drum Vernon Lopez. I'm not sure if the chief is here, but nevertheless, a very important gentleman in our tribe, our chief of our tribal nation, 95 years young, served in World War II, the Battle of Normandy. As many of our tribal members have, served in many conflicts all the way from the Revolutionary War, side by side with our friends and neighbors, right through today's modern day conflicts. And so we're your friends, your neighbors, your countrymen. You know, not only are we citizens of the Mississippi Wampanoag tribe, the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, the United States of America, so those are important symbiotic relationships that I want to point out there, as we are a sovereign nation and we're on trust land today, on our nation's land today, because we have land and to trust. You knew I was going to say that, right? So why don't we get the presentation started? Whoever's got the golden finger to get it started, let's get it started. So as you know, we are the Mashpee Wampanoag tribe. And you know, as a tribal nation, as the vice chair pointed out, let me take a step back for a minute. The Longhouse was how the United States government of Congress and houses were formed. Ben Franklin, you know, actually sat in the Longhouse with tribes, with chiefs, sub-chiefs, clan mothers. Our nation had government. We had prosperity. We were very wealthy in terms of rich because we had all the natural resources. And he sat in the Longhouse to see that structure, as the vice chair talked about, as to how we did governance and how we ran our districts, if you will, if I could use a common day term today. And they were very fascinated. As you know, President Obama always releases a message, you know, every year during Thanksgiving in the spirit of the Longhouse, Iroquois nations. We were all one nation at one time before there was various confederacies, to talk about the respect and honor around Native Americans as we were the beginning of forming the United States governmental structure. That's the truth. And so when we look at our government structure today as Tribal Council, our government structure is very strong. I am Cedric Cromwell, as you know. I'm Kwakwemas, Nin Masipi Wampanoag, Natasha Kwakwemas, and I'm Cedric Cromwell, the tribal chairman of the Mashpee Wampanoag tribe. Also, we have a vice chair, Jesse Littledoe, who is our vice chair of the Tribal Council. We have Secretary Marie Stone, wave your hand, who is the secretary and government of our tribal nation. Our treasurer, Robert Hendricks, please wave your hand. We have Charles Foster, councilman member of the Tribal Council. We've got Cheryl Frye Cromwell, who's a council member. Wave your hand. She was here a moment ago. We also have Winona Pocknett, council member. Please wave your hand. We have Edwina Johnson Graham. Winnie Johnson Graham. That's Winnie. Hi, Winnie. And we also have Councilman Carlton Hendricks. I'm not sure if he's here. We also have Robert Diaz. I'm not sure if he's here today. We have Yvonne Avant, Councilwoman Yvonne Avant. Please wave your hand. She's the longest standing council member, 20 years plus 25 years, 70 years. I don't know. And she's only 27 years old. Okay, I'll stop there. Yeah, started very young, yes. And longest standing council member, so that's very important to know that. We have Vernon Lopez, as I mentioned, Silent Drum, our tribal chief. And we also heard and met Earl Guy Cass, Soren Eagle, our tribal medicine man. So that's our tribal government, and that's how we run our sovereign nation. You know, we also have a branch of our government that was set up for this specific opportunity to manage, to be the owners under the tribal government for our tribal nation, to also manage any debt and any money distributions as well for the tribal operations, as well as the magnificent design development, construction documents, working with our world-class partners and developers in the Genton Group, as well as our heavyweight champion architect, Paul Stillman, as well as with our tribal government and tribal community is the Mashpee Wampanoag Tribal Gaming Authority. They have a very important role. I, as the chairman, am the president of the Gaming Authority. Robert Hendricks, who you met as our tribal council, tribal government treasurer, is the treasurer of the Gaming Authority. Yvonne Vant, who you met as our long-standing councilwoman who started at age 7, is also the secretary of the Gaming Authority. We have Dan Newey. Dan Newey, please wave your hand, who is also in law enforcement, a police officer for many years, very established in law enforcement, is also on our Gaming Authority. And Charles Foster, who you met, who also is a tribal council member in our government, is also on the Gaming Authority. So please put your hands together for these folks as they're responsible, very responsible for Project, well, I said remove Project, is now First Light Destination Resort Casino because it's real, it's really happening. And so Project was that code name as we work to develop it, but we can take the name Project away now, and it's definitely First Light Resort and Casino. As you see our lovely tribal Princess Abigail Peters standing there next to our tribal flag that was raised on our tribal lands not too long ago, and that was a momentous day, historical day to re-raise that flag on sovereign governmental land. You know, Mashpee, I just want to point out, the Mashpee Wampanoag tribe was the first Native American governed Indian town in the United States of America. And as we pointed out, we had an amazing chief, Weetamoo, who also ran that part of our tribe in the great city of Taunton back in the day. So our history, archaeological evidence, and tradition shows that our tribe has been on these ancestral lands, and as Vice Chair pointed out, Cape Ann, Gloucester, Massachusetts, down to southeastern Rhode Island, Cape and Islands, big footprint for over 12,000 years. That's very important to know. It's just not words, it's proof, it's reality, it's oral tradition, it's archaeology, it's all the things that are evidentiary towards showing, establishing, and proving. And we walk that talk, and we speak that talk, and we live that life. We still remain, we still live here each and every day, and we're excited about the shared history between the Mashpee Wampanoag tribe and the city of Taunton. And that's why I said yesterday at the press release that we are family. Reunited again because it feels so good. And it's great to be at the great city of Taunton with our friends. And that's an amazing city. And we're so blessed and honored to be able to do Project First Light, $1 billion+ facility at that great city. So today we're a federally recognized tribe by the United States government, and that happened in 2007, roughly 2,797 tribal citizens in our tribe. And our responsibility as a tribal government today is to provide those necessary government services like any government would: infrastructure, policy, regulatory structure, laws, governance, and necessary resources in really building our tribal nation. We talk about education, healthcare. Our elders are very important to us. Put your hands together for our tribal elders. I see each and every one of you out there. And they've got so much history because their parents had so much history. And when we talk about families amongst the tribe, many families took part in governance and leadership, as what our Vice Chair pointed out around our tradition in government and leadership for many years throughout our tribal nation. We're very expansive as you look at our amazing footprint and how many tribes are within our tribal nation. That was just amazing. So our goal today is economic and self-determination. You know, gone is the era of extermination of Indian people. Today is the day. Today is the new day. Today is the bright day. Today is the honorable day of self-determination for the Mashpee Wampanoag people. Hoka! And it's so important because I just don't speak these words. These are our ancestors speaking through us. These are our ancestors speaking through this tribal council, through this gaming authority, through Mother Earth that we stand on as we believe and know that we're stewards of this land. This is a lot of energy, and I'm sure everybody feels the excitement and energy in this room because guess what? There are many that we can't see, and I have goosebumps right now as I say this. There are many that we can't see right now that are standing right here in this room with us. Our ancestors. Whether you're tribal or not, our ancestors are here today saying, wow, look at people, a common factor. People coming together for a common goal, to do common good. Isn't that right? That is so important. And I feel that because I can feel that energy. And that's the spirit and the essence of who we are as Mississippi Wampanoag people. We do this for our culture. We do this for our history. We do this for our ancestors. And that continues, that lineage continues. And you can feel it in your heart and soul. Gaming is envisioned as economic development for our tribe, and there's no doubt about it. It's a tool for federally recognized tribes. IGRA, Indian Gaming Regulatory Act, that was established for tribes, that is very important. And you know, in Massachusetts, this will be the first opportunity not only for the Massachusetts Gaming Commission, but also as we work with the legislature in the spirit and intent of the law of Section 91E of the expanded gaming law of the Commonwealth was that it was the first ever of its kind commercial gaming law, gaming bill in the United States of America to honor, respect, and realize the rights of Native American tribes under the Indian Game and Regulatory Act, and that's the Mashpee Wampanoag tribe. As we began to move through our land into trust processes, as we gained our land into trust, we have land into trust, by the way, and as we continue to move forward to cement our sovereign nation with our strong legal team, our Linda Locklear, who's sitting over there, wave your hand, Rebecca Salguero, where are you, Rebecca? Rebecca is somewhere. I can hear her voice. There she is. This strong legal team, and Judy Shapiro, who is a part of it, and many others. And we have Kent Ritchie, who's our gaming lawyer. We have Steve Burr, that's on the gaming authority as well. And Howard Cooper, who's our litigator lawyer, who also emphatically sent a very cogent and coherent letter to the Gaming Authority, Massachusetts Gaming Commission on record to really talk about the essence of Section 91E of the Expanded Gaming Act, to really talk about what's right and what's important and what's possible around the law that we have encountered and imparted, moved forward, I should say, as partners with the Commonwealth under that law through a Travel State Compact that our Vice Chair Jesse Baird worked on. Vice Chair Aaron Toby started it and began with it, and then our current Vice Chair, she took it away and made it happen, so we're pretty excited about that. The city of Taunton, what more can I say? Amazing city, and when we're talking about building first class, best in class, world class destination resort casino in the city of Taunton, spending $1 billion+ there, and when you see these designs that are not only pretty pictures, but are real hard work, millions of dollars, the essence of building the greatest opportunity for our tribe, the most amazing current day status of opportunity for the city of Taunton, and certainly some necessary benefit for the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, i.e. Southeastern Massachusetts. We're really excited about it. And so, we have a comprehensive family concept as you see the tribe and as you've met the tribe today. And as we talk about leadership and our ancestors, it's a family affair. I keep touching on these amazing songs out there. We are family, it's a family affair, all these different songs, but it's music. And yes, we're working in concert. We're working in concert in a very collaborative, cooperative fashion together as a team. And it's a great centralized location with community partnership in the city of Taunton. When you think about it, you have Providence, Rhode Island right there. You have the Cape and Islands, the 9th jewel of the world right there. We also 30 minutes from the city of Boston with an amazing, comprehensive group of people there that game. And it's pretty exciting. Can you hear me now? Is that better? I was getting really relaxed. I was the mood lighting, and I felt like I was on a late night radio show, talking you through this amazing situation. But as I pointed out, it's a family concept. It's very comprehensive. The city of Taunton, great location, great infrastructure, great highways, Route 140, Route 24. The road to success leads to First Light Resort Casino in the city of Taunton. The location, what more can I say? And then when you talk about the leadership in the city council, and the great people, when we had that referendum that day, I talked about it, our tribal members and the people in the city of Taunton united as family and resurrected history and relationships and family, and walked through the streets and went through the districts and really got out the vote. But prior to that, really working with Together for Taunton team, that was such an important team to bring out the essence of Taunton, bring out the greatness of Taunton, bring out the people of Taunton, and say, listen, we can do this together. It's really exciting. And as we walked through this journey in 2007, our tribe was federally recognized, reaffirmed. We always knew and understood who we are through our oral traditions, historical traditions, and always remained here and always continued our culture and who we are as Mississippi Wampanoag people. And then certainly there's various other milestones that were very important to our tribe. I mentioned that 63% approval of the referendum, the 63% approval of the referendum in the city of Taunton. There's Councilwoman Cheryl Farr-Cromwell that I announced earlier. She's back, so I just want to make sure you see who she is. But that 63% approval was so important. What did that mean? And that's bigger than most presidential approvals, right? Probably bigger than the current presidential approval. But not to get into politics, that was big. And what that said was this, that the city of Taunton, the people believed in the tribe, we believed in the city of Taunton. We were able to sit down in households with families and talk about family things and talk about, the essence of helping to build the city of Taunton, The city of Taunton was always the silver city. It was a great city. We knew during the industrial time it was amazing. We know during that industrial time it began to fade away. But today is a new time and a new day, an important day for the city of Taunton and the tribe. So that 63% approval of that referendum really talks about a great collaborative and cooperative experience between the tribe and the city of Taunton. And so we're so excited about that happening in 2012. You know, in our IGA, the Intergovernmental Agreement in May of 2012 was so important. And we sat down at the table, not as sides, but saying, hey, you know what? It makes sense that we're coming together. How do we build a comprehensive intergovernmental agreement that makes sense not only for the city of Taunton, but for the city of Tribe? Hey, listen, we're bringing a magnificent first-class, best-in-class, world-class destination resort casino there. And so there's infrastructure concerns, there's mitigation concerns, there's community concerns in the city of Taunton. Taunton councilors, Mayor Hoy, City Solicitor Jason Buffington, the planners and everybody. There's opportunities/challenges, and I like to call them opportunities because we've worked through those opportunities with the intergovernmental agreement. And we also talked about how we work as a sovereign nation, two sovereigns, the city and the tribe. How do we make this happen in sovereign land so that we have the best experience? How do we live in it, in the experience? We talk about doing things, but it's about an experience. How do we stay and live in that experience? And also, there were more items up on that screen that, Dominic, you took away that I wanted to speak to, but that's okay. So, oh, they're back. They're back, and obviously, you know, our record of decision, September 18th, I will never forget that day, September 18th of 2015, our tribe received our record of decision from the federal government, the Bureau of Indian Affairs under the Department of Interior, under, you know, the Assistant Secretary of the BIA at that time, Kevin Washburn. It was a magnificent day for our tribe. It proved that the hard work that we put in, again, I mentioned Linda Locklear, Rebecca Salguero and Judy Shapiro, along with the team, and many others, Ramona Peters, you know, our historian, and Jesse Lildo-Baird, and many others, elders that contributed to this, to help this record of decision become a very strong, important historical record of decision. And you know what? We as a team, we as a tribe, and all our consultants, as well as the city of Taunton, and the Genting Group, who's putting up millions and millions and millions and millions and millions, should I stop there, millions of dollars to fund the tribe, never ever stopped believing in the goal and doing the impossible, which some believe were the obstacles that the news likes to say, but it's a process and opportunity. We never stopped believing in us, and we always believed that we would make this happen. First Light Resort Destination, Resort and Casino in the great city of Taunton. That ride represented a lot of hard work and a lot of belief. Dominic, please keep it on that slide. Please go back to the slide. Very important, because this is history right there. It's not only Mashpee Wampanoag history. It's not only the city of Taunton history. It's the Commonwealth of Massachusetts history, and it is American history. It's true. It's there. It's in print. It's in black and white, and it's real. And so I just like to look at this. In Massachusetts, again, on the 2013th of November, we had the Tribal State Compact. That agreement, that contract that was voted on by the House of Representatives under Bob DeLeo, Teresa Murray at that time was the Senate president. Obviously, Stan Rosenberg is the Senate president now. He was pro temp at that time. Stan took a very important stance in the entire process of saying, we need to respect and honor the tribal rights. See, the legislators believed that the tribe would have land into trust because we spent a lot of time, whether it was the seal of the crest of Massachusetts or the word Massachusetts being a native name itself, and really teaching history. We don't know what we don't know. We go through life every day and we say, gee, we live here and we do this and we do that. And you know, history is written by the victor. The Mashpee Wampanoag tribe is victorious now. We're writing our history and telling our history. And so when we sat down with the legislature to talk about the history, they were in amazement. They weren't taught any of this American history in history books because, again, history is written by the victor. The tribe has a voice. We have a strong tribal government. We have strong history. We're very educated, and we're able today to speak our minds around what the truth and the reality of is with the history of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts and how important the Mashpee Wampanoag Nation is to the history of Massachusetts, but also to American history, to this continent, to this history. And so, you know, people were in awe. Wow, Chairman, that's incredible. You know, and some didn't believe because they hadn't heard the story. You can't blame them. But many went back, as smart, intelligent legislators did, and did their own research and started collaborating with our tribe and saying, oh my God, I'm so sorry what has happened to your people. Yes, we are the hometown crowd. Yes, we are your friends. Yes, we are your neighbors. Yes, we are the original people of this land. Yes, we've always been here, you know, but through the strength of education, through the strength of our ancestors, through the strength of always believing, through the strength that the Almighty Creator has given us to be able to reflect upon our ancestors and live through our spirit as the blood flows through us, as we stand on this very important land, we're able to communicate with our friends at the legislature. Because when you talk about enemies, enemies are adverse. Enemies are people that are filled with hate, bad medicine. They're folks that really are blinded by something that is not important to the good fabric of good people, of moving a good society in a good way forward. We're talking about good people at the legislature. We're talking about good people at the tribe. We're talking about good people coming together and saying, you know what? We get it now. Thank you for the education. Thank you, Chairman. Thank you, team, for really taking the time and sitting with us. And I tell you, it was a long, arduous process. We were up at that State House night and day because we are constituents of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, speaking to our legislators as a sovereign nation, talking about what's important and why it's important to respect and honor the rights. Senator Dan Wolf, of the Cape and Islands, who was staunchly against gaming, said, you know what? I support this Section 91E amendment. I support it, you know why? Because I'm on the Cape and Islands. I've been around the tribe. I know the tribe. They are my neighbors. I don't understand why my friends in the legislature don't understand it, but we must put Section 91E. We must respect and honor the rights of the tribe, because if we don't, this tribe is going to have land into trust. This tribe is going to have a gaming facility, a resort destination casino. Matter of fact, they're going to have First Light Resort and Casino. Who knew it was going to be named then, but we know what it is now. And guess what? If we don't honor and respect them, when we launch this gaming bill, and when it gets passed and signed off by the governor, and we don't include the tribe, and when the tribe has land into trust, guess what? The tribe has the legal federal right under the Indian Gaming Regulatory Act to do whatever gaming is allowed in a legal way within the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. And guess what? The Commonwealth gets zero. The Commonwealth gets zero. The city of Taunton benefits very well. Those are our friends. Those are our partners. We're family. The city of Taunton benefits very well in infrastructure upgrades, infrastructure goals that have been so important to the greater city of Taunton for such a long time. You know, we produced the city of Taunton with $1 million check in good faith a while back. I can't remember, but I remember that giant check like you see on the lotto shows to show how we're branding ourselves together as a team and family to support their needs and goals, just as we need our needs and goals supported. So it becomes a strong symbiotic relationship. But that compact in 2013 that the Vice Chair Littledoe worked on, that compact that got completed during that time, was so important, because then that was the legal contract again between the Commonwealth of Massachusetts and the Mashpee Wampanoag tribe. Again, that compact was a historical contract between the Mashpee Wampanoag tribe and the Commonwealth of Massachusetts that say, you know what, we get it. We understand it. We've got to make sure that we work together. So it just wasn't a piece of paper. It just wasn't a fabrication in our minds of goals, wants, needs, ideas, and thoughts. It was real hard work, real blood, sweat, and tears that went into that. And guess what? It happened. It happened. It happened. That's history. Put your hands together for that important history that brought us all together. So again, when you look at these accomplishments, we as a team, everybody that I talked about and pointed out, we as a team were very excited, because we as a team ate, drank, and slept this. We didn't sleep for many years. We didn't sleep for many days. I'm serious. We were up around the clock working. In Washington, D.C. on a regular basis. You know, we got this done in roughly 3.5 years. That's record time. That's record time. And everyone said, you know, the tribe would never have this. Obstacles. And our goal with our communication was to help educate. They're not called obstacles. They're called process and procedure. They're called federal rights that we have as a tribe to move through. You see, ignorance is bliss. When you don't understand something, the media runs and calls them obstacles and hurdles and all those things. And you know, we weren't distracted by reading the fabrication in the media that did not reflect the truth of the reality. We were very concerned that as we had that compact and we moved together with the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, and as the legislature were excited about it, as the tribe was excited about it, as Governor Deval Patrick was excited about it, that we got land into trust, that we got our land completely sewed up, done, sovereign nation land. And so that the Section 91E and the Expanded Gaming Act said that once a tribe has land into trust determined by a court of competent jurisdiction, and I'm paraphrasing this, which is the Bureau of Indian Affairs, that Region C belongs to the tribe. Region C belongs to the tribe for First Light Resort Casino. That law didn't contemplate thunderstorms, tornadoes, world disasters, potential lawsuits. You know, I'm being a little funny here and a little facetious, but what I'm being exact about is the law that the Attorney General stood by, that the legislature stood by. There's no misinterpretation of it. The law reads clear in black and white, and Howard Cooper's very concise, cogent letter to the Mass Gaming Commission on record points that out. You know, we don't want to get into the breach of the compact because by virtue of the Mass Gaming Commission even entertaining any commercial license before the record of decision is a breach in the tribal state compact. Because again, it says once a tribe has land into trust, that's it. And the reverse side of that is if the tribe didn't have land into trust, and again determined by a court of competent jurisdiction, which is the Bureau of Indian Affairs, then the Mass Gaming Commission can move forward because, you know, there is an expanded gaming law, and they do have a job to ensure that those expanded gaming law benefits are received and implemented in Region C. So I respect their job. Both Chairman Crosby, both and I have a lot of respect for the work that we both have to do, and it's certainly a very arduous and lengthy, important law and work, but we know what the law is, and today, guess what? You've heard me say it, we've got land into trust, we're 100% design development, we're 100% construction documents, we're funded by the Genting Group, we have a world-class developer, we have the best architect in the world, Stillman Partners, you see beautiful pictures, everything's done. We are going to break ground next month during the month of April. We've got packages already on street from our CMGC contract manager, general contract team, the joint venture between DeMeo, Penta, and Telaco Construction Group for this site work to begin. This is real. We're spending money. We're making this happen. We're following the law. So what's important here is this. If the Mass Gaming Commission goes ahead and honors a license for another commercial venue, for a fourth casino. We're not the fourth. We're already factored into the law. The law is the law. The law didn't say MGE or whoever you might be as a commercial gaming entity, you're factored into the law. No, we're written into the law. It's real. You know, Neil Blumen team, they're going to lie to you, say we're not funded. You have the #1 gaming company in the world that dwarfs Neil Blumen, well-established, the Genting Group, the biggest, the most powerful, the strongest implanted. We're funded. We're moving forward. So the lies that others have been communicating, like Neil Blumen, and so egregious to even launch and fund a lawsuit against the tribe when he's going for a commercial license. How immoral. How sad that this has become, that someone like this would do such an egregious act, stand on the competency of what he has. And what he has is something that can't even stand up to First Light Resort Destination Casino. Can't even stand it. Can't even compete with it. But nevertheless, the law says that the Mass Gaming Commission shouldn't even be talking to him. And especially now, the Mass Gaming Commission has got themselves in a pickle. because, again, I point out the AG has to support their client, which is the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, the Tribal State Compact, Section 91E of the law. Why even go down that road of launching a lawsuit against yourself to lose because the AG has to stand up for their client, which is the Commonwealth. And we've established those very important milestones. In fact, we are constituents of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts as well. We've done all the necessary federal work. We've got the necessary compliance, if you will, called regulatory and law in place on the books. And so if that license is awarded to MGE in Brockton, the Mass Gaming Commission has single-handedly, and I mean this because I respect all of you, I like all of you, this isn't anything mean, but this is real. You will have single-handedly destroyed the whole gaming landscape of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. We pay zero at that point. We pay zero to the Commonwealth. The city of Taunton and the tribe benefit. Nobody compete with us. You heard Steve win. I want what the tribe has. Well, sorry, Steve, you're not a Native American tribe. You don't have the Indian Gaming Regulatory Act on your side. You don't have the Department of Interior. You don't have the United States government on your side that has established this very important law for federally recognized tribes. So I'm here to say to my friends at the Mass Gaming Commission, it's very important for you as you may have a separate interpretation, and I'm very sorry that somebody led you down this route with very bad legal advice, because when you see what the Attorney General will be standing strong to support if you guys continue to breach the compact, they're going to have to stand up for their client, which is the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. And it's a compact there. It is Section 91E of the expanded gaming law, which you are violating by even entertaining any commercial licenses. We're moving forward. We're excited about it. We know that we're going to have a very long-standing relationship with you because we have our Gaming Commission that is the primary licensor working with the National Indian Gaming Commission that will be working with you. And obviously your experience within the compact for our Project First Light, obviously as you look today, is a review process, not a approval process. It's review. And we honor and respect that relationship to be able to give you an exemplary, important, outstanding, amazing, the zenith, if you will, the pinnacle of what's going to happen in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts with First Light Resort and Casino. So we're here today to give you that review, and also we're here today to show you how important it is that we're ready to move forward. You know, many media friends that are in this room, we're friends, we know each other, and unfortunately, I think they didn't know what they didn't know, and even though ignorance is bliss, they didn't take the extra step to report on the facts of the law, the facts of the tribe, to really help you understand the importance of why our relationship's important, to understand why, you know, we are factored into the law of Section 91E. I'm sure you've all have read it, and the fact that you don't want to create a fourth casino and offering MGE that license, which is illegal. And then we're going to have problems at that point. We'll deal with them through whatever process that we deal with. But again, you will have single-handedly destroyed the gaming landscape of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. In fact, we will pay zero. How does any facility compete with that at that point? Gamers know, resort people know, I'm going to comp you, you're going to get hotel rooms, food, the best experience. They're going to be gaming, they're going to be spending their money with us. And who can compete with that? Steve wins $1.7 billion going in the ground. You will have effectively destroyed that because it's a value destructor from an economic development term of rate of return of money when you're trying to compete against a tribe that's paying zero. You look at Western Massachusetts, they're going to be struggling because the two tribes in Connecticut are going to be building a casino right on their facilities that are going to suck them dry because they're already established in gaming. They already have a database built. They already know their clientele, you know, and then we're going to be paying zero. So then your $2.1 billion that you would have made from the tribe goes up in smoke, gone, because of the $0 that we will pay to the Commonwealth if, in fact, you continue to move forward with Mass Gaming Entertainment, Neil Bloom, who has egregiously funded an anti-tribal hate group to go against our record of decision with the United States of America. As our attorneys have said, we will, with fierce ambition, launch a campaign to ensure that the United States government, as a partner with the tribe, win and we will ensure that we win, and we will continue to move forward. But that lawsuit does not say that we have to stop. That lawsuit does not say that we can't move forward, because we're moving forward. So I hope you appreciate my introduction today. I had a lot to say, and I'm so glad that we're able to host this meeting. Chairman Crosby, you guys have been doing a great job, except for talking to MG and anybody else in Region C. But we're here to move on to Kevin Jones. I want you to put your hands together for Kevin Jones. He is the president of Genting, Massachusetts, and he's our developer partner and funder and manager who's going to be working closely with us on First Light Resort Casino. Thank you, Kevin Jones.
All right. Well, first and foremost, I have to thank the Mashpee Wampanoag tribe for having us here today on their sovereign land for this momentous occasion. So I thank all of the tribe membership. I thank the government that is so well represented by the folks that you see here. So here we have, once again, the Tribal Council. We have the Gaming Authority. We have a whole host of consultants that have been working on this project. And you also have the Tribe's Gaming Commission. That's the important thing in a tribal context. They have their own robust gaming commission, serves as the primary regulator, and which is going to be working in a very cooperative relationship with the Massachusetts Gaming Commission. And that is why we also, on behalf of Genting, thank the Massachusetts Gaming Commission for being here today and joining us once again for this momentous occasion. I'll also take a moment to recognize the mayor of Taunton, Mayor Tom Hoyt. Also joined by Jason Buffington from the city of Taunton. And then you heard once again some of the city's council people who are here today as well. So my name is Kevin Jones, once again, president of Resortsville, Massachusetts, and I'm going to briefly go over just the background of the world-class development team that this project has brought to bear and is associated with. Before I do that, I just have to underscore the fact that this is the tribe's project. We are honored to be a part of it, to support it, to bring our resources to bear on it, but make no mistake about this, that this is the project of the Mashpee Wampanoag tribe. This is their legacy project. Now, people ask, what is it that the tribe's been doing? There's a lot of questions about what this project entails. And what is it that Genting knows? Because there have been a host of accusations and speculation about what it is the tribe's been doing. You heard the chairman speak directly to it in the sense that you have an investment. Hundreds of millions of dollars have already gone into this project. People have been working around the clock. Why is it that you haven't heard about it yet? All in due course, all proper timing. We wanted to make sure that when we unveiled this, with the approval of the Mashpee Wampanoag people, that it was ready to go. That it was a turnkey development that was 100% designed. So what you're here today The chairman's already said it, these are not pretty pictures. I can't underscore that enough. This is a 100% designed turnkey development. That's what this team is behind here. In the last 18 months alone, over $20 million has been invested for this day. And that's why we're getting ready to break ground on a development that's ready. And what is it that Genting knows? Why is it that Genting is involved in this? It all started with a partnership. It all started with the clear belief and understanding that we could have a best-in-class development. Genting's unique in the sense that we are one of the few gaming companies that builds, finances, and operates facilities across the globe. Very few gaming companies do that. That gives us insight. This is not our first foray into the Americas. Our investments into the Americas started well over 3 decades ago. We were there when Seneca in New York got started and started full-scale gaming in the state of New York. We were there financing and supporting Foxwoods and Mohegan Sun. We know this region, we know this industry, and we do it across the globe. And may I say, I think we do it probably the best across the globe. And so what goes into a best-in-class destination? What is it that we know? 4 things. You gotta have the best foundation, you gotta have the best plan, you gotta have the best team, and you gotta have the best chance for success. The best foundation is about the partnerships. That's part of what makes this project unique. It's part of what makes it stand out not only among Native American casinos, but amongst casino developments in the entire United States. This project has a strong partnership with the city of Taunton. That's why the mayor is here. This project has the support of the city council in Taunton. This project has a state compact that is already in place. All of those features lay the foundation. And most importantly, this project is built on the foundation of 2,000 years plus of history of the Mashpee Wampanoag tribe. This is a project that we're proud to be a part of. That's the foundation. The best plan, you gotta have the best location, and you gotta have the best design. Amongst developments of this kind, Native American casinos, this location is probably the best. On top of that, we've brought in, and we've spent those last, like I said, 18 months working with the world-renowned architectural team of Stillman Partners so that we could have the best plan. So you got the best foundation with the partnerships, you got the best plan with the design, and then you also have the best team. I'll round out and I'll talk about that team, but once again, that's where the tens of millions of dollars on just the team aspect have gone. And then lastly, best chance for success. One of the things, what does Genting know? Genting being able to spread our wings across all of these areas of development, operations, and just continued expansion. One of the things that we know is that this particular project alone in this region stands to benefit the Commonwealth the most. It would be a direct loss to the Commonwealth of at least $28 million per year to entertain more than one facility in this region. And that's not just Genting talking. That is an independent report that we commissioned with Spectrum, which we would be happy to share with the commission. So all of those elements going into and underscoring the best-in-class development that we've believed in and that we've seen over the last year, over the last 5 years, makes us very confident and comfortable that this particular project is the best for the Commonwealth alone in Region C. So we went through real fast the slides. I'll go back through just the Genting team. And I'm going to go through them quickly because people ask, who is Genting? Well, Genting right now has a development in New York City, and I'll use that to start off with, that does over $800 million in annual gross gaming revenue. It is the most successful video lottery terminal facility on the planet. Altogether, Genting has 2 of the top performing integrated resort facilities, once again, not locally, not in the region, but on the planet. That all started with Resorts World Genting in the Highlands. We're celebrating a 50-year anniversary. This opening in 1971 continues to be, I think it's the 3rd or 4th best performing integrated resort facility on the planet. It has a 10,000 room hotel, which today remains the largest hotel on the planet. You can check the Guinness Book of World Records on that. Resorts World Sentosa. The amazing thing about Resorts World Sentosa that I love, and if you ever get a chance to visit it, take a look on the wall at the initial renderings when we went for licensing. The drawing that was done of that facility is the spitting image of what we developed. And that's in Singapore. And what is this? This is the 2nd most successful casino and integrated resort, where? On the planet. With millions of visitors a year. Manila, I've referenced this because you see all of these Asian casinos that do so well, that make astronomical money. The point about those is that we compete across the globe. In Asia, there's 31 other facilities that we compete with regionally, and we outperform every single one of them, the same way that we believe this particular project will outperform any of its peers. In the UK, over 40 facilities. We mentioned the UK because when you combine that with Singapore, what that means is we are also doing gaming in some of the most robust and detailed licensing jurisdictions, where again? On the planet. And some of these jurisdictions, we have to renew our licensing every 90 days. This is something we know. New York City, you've heard about it. Our global reach. The Genting Group does more than just gaming and hotels. The Genting Group implements visions. In 2001, when the Genting Group invested in Norwegian Cruise Lines and became the 100% owner of Norwegian Cruise Lines, we reinvented the way cruising was done. And within 10 years, vaulted Norwegian Cruise Lines to become the _1 cruise line in the United States. Today, we're taking and expanding the most luxurious, only 6-star cruise line in the world to become even bigger. We're expanding it into aviation, into yachts, into river cruising, into anything that you can almost imagine. That covers the span of all the types of service levels and leisure activities that you can imagine that we bring to bear on this project, on the tribe's project, on their behalf. So rounding out, who is this partner that the tribe has? It's a publicly traded company on 3 different stock exchanges. It's a company that's capitalized at over $30 billion. What is the financial strength of Genting? I invite you to go on the internet and see our annual financial reports. Go to www.genting.com. See it for yourself. We bring all of those resources to bear, together with our experience employing over 50,000 people globally, and a database of over 6 million people. Those are over 6 million people that from day one understand the Genting Group, understand our products, and will know and be well versed with and hopefully be frequent visitors of this particular project. That's just our role on this. And before I even move on to Stillman, I also want to take some air out of the room because we were asked a couple of questions which you were here today. Simple questions. Is this project real? It's as real as the day is long. What you're seeing here is what you will not see at any other presentations. A 100% complete design. Someone had asked Paul, are those pictures over there, are those other facilities that you've done? That's all this facility. Everything from the flooring to the lights to the specs on the chair, 100% complete, turnkey ready. That's what's been going on behind the scenes. That's what the groundbreaking is about. First question, is it real? Yes. Second question, who's going to operate it? The Genting Group has a distinct honor and privilege to be able to operate it on behalf of the Mashpee Wampanoag tribe and to help develop through their Terrell Ordinance, which is the tribal employment rights, to build up the capacity of this tribe to be able to not just partake in the benefits of it, but to bring up more leadership, the leaders that you see at this table, to manage and to operate. Our role here is to work ourselves out of a job on behalf of the tribe, to make this the strongest, most sustainable facility of its kind in the nation. The last question is, how's it financed? Take the air out of the room. We've put this together so that we can open the doors on a fast-track basis in 2017. And Genting is providing its 100% support to ensure that it's fully financed. So, is it real? Yes. Who's going to operate it? Genting on behalf of the tribe. Is it fully financed? Yes. So our team, the tribe's team, each of these deserves its own press release. But I'm going to run through it, not doing due justice to them all. But you have RGB Architects as the owner's representative. Howard Stein Hudson Associates doing traffic. Epsilon Associates doing environmental studies. Demio Construction Company doing pre-construction services together with Penta and the Tulaco Construction Group. You have Faye Spofford and Thorndike doing civil engineering. Kimley Horn also doing civil engineering. AKRF doing social economic studies. Bank of America as the tribe's financial advisor. And Sovereign Finance as an additional layer of third-party financial advisors on behalf of the tribe. In short, this is not only a best-in-class development, it's a best-in-class development because it has the best foundation, it has the best plan and design, it has the best team, and it has the best chance of success for the city of Taunton, for the Mashpee Wampanoag tribe, for the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. And so I'm going to hand it over to a gentleman, Mike Speller, who I introduced momentarily. But before I do that, I'd like to ask some of the members of the Genting team to stand up. So we have Dominic Credisco, who's dutifully handling the slides over there. We have Bob Platt, who is back here. And we have Randy Netter. I'm having them stand up because collectively you have over 3 decades of expertise in land use planning, food and beverage, and construction. That is not even 100% of the team that we have. Once again, we're bringing the full resources to bear on this project. And all of that, how did it come together? How did our side come together? It came through largely the vision of this man, Mike Speller, who is he's going to continue to be an advisor for this project, and he is one of the living legends in the gaming industry. With over 4 decades, sorry, Mike, with over 4 decades of experience in gaming, Mike has opened over 20 different properties across the globe. I mean, this man has opened properties where he had to get on a cruise ship in the Indian Ocean and build a casino that would be open by the time he got to port. This is the type of man that's been working with the tribe over the last 3 years to help bring this to a turnkey development. I'm going to let him speak for himself and turn it over to him so he can explain this turnkey development.
Thank you, Kevin. Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, welcome. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to be here today to speak before you. It's certainly something we've looked forward to for a long time. And we've worked hard and diligently in order to give you what we think is going to be a fantastic presentation today, to show to you what the tribe has done, to show to you how we have tried to assist the tribe in making decisions to design and develop a world-class gaming operation right here in the Commonwealth. Something that is going to be a source of pride, not only for the tribe, but the city of Taunton and the Commonwealth in its entirety. Our job has been to position a project that will compete with the greatest operators in the United States. The Genting Group, which I have had the distinct pleasure to work in their projects for just over 30 years around the world, had asked me 4 years ago, please go up to Massachusetts, please help the tribe. Walk with them, work with them, and show them how to design and develop and get them to the point where they can break ground and we can assist them in financing and getting this project out of the ground, built in the fastest time possible. So historically, the Genting Group and other projects that we have designed and developed and built, we have a history of being fast. In New York, we started in October of 2010, and 365 days later, we opened the facility. It was 1 year to the day. When we assisted the Seneca team up in Western New York, we designed and opened in 90 days. We started September. We were open for New Year's that day. Nobody knew how we did it. Some of us don't even know how we did it, but we actually did get it done. So we have a long history of being quick. We have a long history of understanding how to get it done fast. We have a long history of relationships with the banks, the vendors, the licensing needs, and all the parts and components that have to be done. So, First Light Resort and Casino, what's the most important thing about a casino operation? Number one, it's like buying a house. Location, location, location. The tribe selected a location in the city of Taunton, which has infrastructure around it, which is very, very powerful. Those state roads are big state roads. They carry a lot of traffic. And Route 24 coming south and north, as we have all driven it, is a great highway system. Route 140 is also a great highway system. It's 38 miles from Boston. It's 28 miles from Quincy, 23 from New Bedford, 17 from Fall River, and 20 from Providence. So do the math on those numbers. That's pretty centrally located to everything in Southeast. And we think that this is the greatest location that you can start with. And you'll see on the right-hand side, just to give you some comfort, that the original designs that were put out that you've been looking at for the last couple of years, this project is the same scope, it's the same size, and it's on the same footprint. So it fits all of the parts and components of the record of decision that have already been done. We have changed nothing. We have just reorganized and made it better. That was the chairman's guidance to me and our team. He said, the original designs, they're fantastic. We really like them. But please, go back, step it up, make the finishes better. Make this something that has got such a wow factor that anybody that goes there can't wait to go back once they've left. And that's what we've tried to do. So infrastructure, Route 24, Boston up here, 38 miles, Quincy 28 to 30 miles. Coming south to Fall River, 17 miles, 23 miles down Route 140 into Fall River. New Bedford. And the overall site itself, no change. We have the casino footprint, 2 hotels, master planned, and the parking garage, surface parking back here, ultimately the water park and hotel. So a first-class resort destination. The scope is the same scope. Can you back it up? The same scope that we've already talked about. 3,000 slot machines, 40 poker tables, 150 table games. Fine dining, food court, center bar, entertainment lounges, 24-hour cafe, international buffet, indoor pool, entertainment center attached to the indoor pool. Hotels, 3 hotels, 2 of which will be attached to the casino podium, 300 rooms apiece, with a full suite complement that is the right level of complement for this market. 15 stories overall. The 3rd hotel will be back in the water park. Retail stores, ballroom with stage, 31,000 square foot open space that we can have a standing room only 2,500 person event, a seated 12 to 1,300 person event, a spa, water park, approximately 4,000 parking spaces and 700 plus flat top parking spaces. So this is the master plan. This is what we've been working on, and it is a fantastic project. The finishes are unbelievable. You've seen the finishes that Paul and his great team have put in place over there. The finishes that you're looking at are not just pictures. There's a lot of time and effort and work that went in from the gaming authority to select and reject, and more rejection than selection in the early days, I can tell you. No, we don't like that, change it. We don't like that color, we don't like that material, make it better, make it bigger, and that's what we've done. So what you see over here is in those construction documents. The fact that the construction documents are 100% complete is a testament to a spending rate of $20 million in the last 18 months. That's what it costs to get that package ready to go. So as the tribe moves forward, the groundbreaking ceremonies are backed up by a full set of construction documents. So, I don't know that everybody else has got that done, but certainly the tribe has. This is what it looks like overall. The casino podium, approximately 400 square feet in its entirety, flanked by 2 hotels, 300 rooms, hotel number 1, 300 rooms, hotel number 2, a beautiful porte-cochere entrance into the podium behind, and a 3,000 plus car parking garage to support the entire facility. This is the master plan. Again, another look at it. This is the approaching into the hotel side. As you come in through that porte-cochere, it's all wide open to the sky, glass to the sky, and you will be thrilled when you see how it looks and what the impact is when you walk in these spaces. This is the main gaming floor. This is the table game section of the gaming floor. The buffet is on the left-hand side. All the table games, there's 150 in total. Obviously, they're not all here. This is a section. And the, back it up, the slot areas over here. And these columns are LED lit. So we can change the color of the room. On St. Paddy's, that's right around the corner. We're going to make it green. Trust me. Christmas, what color will that be? Will it be red? Obviously, Native American Day, Wampanoag colors. That's what we'll do. So it gives us the opportunity to change it, make it more exciting, make it more vibrant. This is a 2-bed suite. It is 825 square feet. It'll compete with anything in the Northeast. We've been in these markets I've been in this market for almost 25 years in the Northeast. We understand it very well. We understand the customers here very well. They know us very well. So when we design and we think about how we should be helping the tribe develop their product, we use all of the experience that we've got in the past, all the complaints that we've heard from those customers, all the changes we've made to benefit the product. And we think at the end of the day, the suite product, the hotel product, the way we've laid out the casino, the counts, the overall spend is the absolute optimum to build a fine destination resort casino, DRC, in this region. This is a regular room. It's 400 square feet, so it's a good size. Most of the time when you go into a hotel room, it's sort of 325, 350. There's an extra 50 square feet in here, which we think is optimum for customers to say, hey, you know what? Their rooms are great. I'm going back. There are many tribal pieces that have been designed into it. Many cultural parts that we've designed with the guidance of the council, with the guidance of the Gaming Authority. This is a Witu. It is the early tribal house structure. It's very famous in their law, and it's a beautiful structure with gardens in between and a place on the outside for quiet reflection. And it's a very big part of the indications that we got from the tribe to put in something that's going to make us proud, remind us of our heritage, remind us of who we are, help us do that. So we have done that with all of their help. And you'll see as I walk through here, there are a number of these that we've put. There are 5 what we call major attractions in the building. This is Center Bar. Center Bar is located in the podium. It's right in the middle of the podium. It is a beautiful, highly energized bar. It looks perhaps a little small on the screen. Seats about 100 people plus. This TV screen is a 28 by 18 high-definition TV screen. And if you've never seen Super Bowl in front of this TV, it's a must-do. You have got to see Super Bowl in here. We do this in New York. It's standing room only in the casino. They come from everywhere just to see what's going on the screen. So that piece really energizes. In some respects, it divides the podium in half to a certain extent, but it provides a huge amount of energy in the middle of the room and creates a lot of life. This is another lounge. It's a little on the dark side. You can't see terribly well, but it separates high limit. High limit gaming is across here. High limit slots, high limit tables are over here. This is a beautiful lounge. Marble floors, great plush velvet in the middle, and beautiful chandeliers. This is the retail gaming area on the right-hand side. This is another cultural attraction. I think you already know that the Quahog is something that is very dear and very close to the tribal heart. So this is a very large cultural attraction. The Quahog, as you go in to one of the entrances, it's quite dramatic. And this is high-limit gaming. So those of us that have been in the Northeast and in gaming for a long time, high-limit gaming is a major driver of how you generate revenue. We understand it very well. We understand what those customers are looking for. We know many of those customers, not only domestically, but from overseas. And this has been designed to complement that and complement them. Ultimately, this will be a very large high-limit room. It doesn't look enormous right now because you can't see all of it. It goes off in different directions. There'll be 40 tables in this area, so it will be one of the heaviest and largest high-limit gaming areas, probably in the Northeast. And not only is it domestic, the reason why Kevin had talked about the Genting Group in the very passionate manner that he does is to try to illustrate not only do we do well everything that we bring to the table, but we have a customer base of 6 million people. The day we open this facility on behalf of the Mashpee Wampanoag tribe, there will be 6 million electronic communications that go out to everybody in our database, telling them there is a new addition to where they can go to. And in particular, on the Asian community, particularly in the Northeast, up in the Boston area and up in Massachusetts. It's a big college state, and I think you already know how many of those college students are from the Far East. So Chinese, Singaporean, they're from all over. And the parents come here 3 and 4 and 5 times a year to visit the children. So many of those are our customers already, and we will certainly hope that they will visit us, and we will certainly communicate to them that, hey, we're here. If you'd like to come and see us, come and visit the tribe. It's a new thing for you to do. This is another cultural attraction. We call it the whale's tail. It is a whale's tail. It's not 24-karat gold, as I've been asked, but it's brightly colored. It's a beautiful rendition of course, the seafaring nature of the state, of our state. And again, I can't speak highly enough about how we have to handle the VIP customers, those customers that are wealthy, that have the resources to play to a level that is, to their comfort, very high level. And we provide spaces for those people, much as if you're a medallion flyer for one of the airlines. You have the opportunity to go to private spaces to eat and be pampered and so on and so forth. That's one of these spaces. One of the things that happens in any hotel is in the indoor pool at the end of the day, you close it at 7 o'clock at night, and it is no longer revenue producing. So there is a way that you can monetize that, and under Paul's guidance and a lot of roaming around to look at some other properties that have done this, we have created an entertainment experience in this location that after dark, this will be an entertainment center, and during the day, it will be a great indoor pool. There is no outdoor pool for obvious reasons. It's too cold up here. We get 5 months out of it, so we'd rather put them all on the indoor pool. This again is a cultural attraction. It is, you can see the Mashpee Wampanoag tribe are the people of the first light. So the sunrise, clearly articulated in a massive floor. This is the entrance to the hotel. The turtle exhibit, they're all lined up. You'll see on the next slide, they come walking down. It's just a beautiful acknowledgement to the state, to the tribe's heritage. This is the outside pool deck. So this is a sun deck. Pool is right here. You can come out, enjoy the afternoon sun, have some fun, quiet time. So this facility, it's not all about gaming. It's about having fun. It's about doing different things. It's about finding reasons to go back. It's about finding a reason to say on a Friday, hey, you know what, let's get in the car. We'll drive across state lines. We'll go all the way up. We'll stay with them for 2 or 3 days. There's lots to do. And then we'll come home to New Jersey or New York or wherever they've come from in 2 or 3 or 4 days. That's why we create these spaces. The heart of the operation is the gaming area. It's the casino. This is the table games section again. Slot machines flanking left and right. It's just a beautiful, beautiful casino, 20-foot ceilings plus, and as the Gaming Commission will be asking at some point, so I'll ask the question now and I'll answer it. We have full surveillance plans completely finished. We have bid them out on the street. We know what the price is. We will have upwards of 2,100 cameras throughout this facility, which will all go back to a central surveillance area and under the surveillance directors to protect this facility as part of our responsibility. So, master planning and phasing. We have master planned this facility. We've been careful to do it. And as we've talked about before, phasing is part of our IGA with the City of Taunton. There is 4 phases to that IGA. It's a well-articulated document. There are people in the room in the back that help the city do that. The tribe signed off on it, and phasing is part of it. So the first phase has a 14-month construction timeline. That means if we break ground next month, which we are going to do in April, we will open in summer of 2017. The scope of that, it's 14 months to complete that, 1,941 slots, 60 table games. There'll be a steakhouse, a 50-seat noodle bar for those Asian customers who love to come and eat noodles, and an entertainment lounge, a food court, VIP lounge, sundry shop, and some surface parking. This gives the tribe the opportunity to be first mover for a destination resort casino in the Commonwealth. That's a fantastic thing to happen. We have a long history of being able to get these things done quickly. 14 months for this project is very doable. Construction documents are in place. The consultants are spread around this room, and the bid packages are being prepared to go on the street as we talk now. So in terms of site work, preparation work, those bid packages are already out, and they're coming back. We're ready to go with it. So fast tracking by phasing. Phase 1 is going to be what we'll call the southern podium, which is what I've just articulated to you. Approximately 2,300 plus gaming positions, which is in the MIPA NEPA documents. The hotel piece and the northern podium and the parking garage will be phase 2, and phase 3 will be the second hotel. Getting this built in what I call this flash track, not fast track, because 14 months is very, very fast. And it gives, I think, the opportunity to get this open, to start this process for destination resort casinos, and the tribe has first mover advantage. Benefits of the project. What's the first thing that comes to mind?
Could you have questions for us now, or would you like us to wait?
I can finish my presentation, then I'll ask questions, Chairman. Is that
Fine,
acceptable?
Sure. Yep, that's fine.
Thank you. So project benefits. Let's talk about the first benefit, the most important benefit. Jobs, jobs, jobs. That's the most important thing. That's the reason that these results are built in the first place. That was the intent behind the legislation. And in terms of construction, 850 plus construction jobs in phase 1 alone. There is, of course, tribal and Taunton preference in that, but there are plenty of construction jobs to go around here. There have been discussions with the unions on a project labor agreement, which you'll see at the bottom. That's under negotiation. $230 million in payroll over the duration of the project. Long-term construction employment, as this facility is going to be completed in phases. In terms of permanent jobs, phase one, permanent jobs. $60 million in direct payroll in the first full year of operation for phase one only. Good paying jobs. These are wages and benefits over $50,000 on average. That does not take into account that some of those frontline positions are tipped. They earn tips, so those are not included in those numbers. Job training will be provided by the Genting Group in each of the different disciplines, from the hotel side to the F&B people, to the table games, to the slots. All of those people will be trained and have the right level of expertise when we open. And one of the most important things is customer service training. You know, everybody can open a casino. Anybody can put table games out there, hotel rooms out there, slots out there. But what sets apart a company that does this well from a company that does not do it so well is the level of customer service. How many people have gone into a location and not been served well, then they've come out with a bad taste in their mouth, and so on and so forth. It's happened to all of us. Our job is to make sure that doesn't happen, so customer service specific training is a big part of what Genting brings to the table, and it's part of our overall corporate strategy and structure. Good benefits, health insurance, meals, paid vacations, all part of your daily activities. This is a career. It's not just a job, an opportunity to start young. And in my particular case, I started on the front line 40 years ago. Today I'm running these places. So it's a fantastic opportunity for a great career for those people who want to take the opportunity, take the chance, work hard, and stay in the job. We're talking about admin jobs, F&B, finance, hotel, marketing, property ops, security, surveillance, slots, table games, 1,250-odd direct jobs in phase one alone. And that will equate, you know, they use a multiplier, as you know, which is about 0.9 to 1 just in service industry. It's about 2,300 total jobs in just phase one. And as you go through the entire project, we get up to almost 5,300 jobs. Operational purchasing, meat, seafood, produce, fruit, baked goods, all of the normal things that have to be bought to operate a facility of this type. Tens of millions of dollars will be spent annually. Opportunities for local and regional businesses to participate. Part of the IGA and the agreement in the IGA was that the local businesses are going to be given opportunities to bid, and provided that they sharpen their pencils and give us a reasonable bid that is cost effective, there's no reason why they should not participate. It's better for them, and it's better for us, and it's better for the tribe. That really ends my side of the presentation. It's been a great 4 years with the tribe to do this. It's thrilling to have it to the point where groundbreaking is going to happen. And I'm happy to take any questions, Chairman.
Folks? Anybody else? Yes? Could you expand on the phasing? You talked about phase one, which I gather opens in mid-17.
In 14 months, Chairman, yes.
14 months. What's the schedule with the other three phases, and what's in the other three phases?
I'm going to turn that over to Kevin. He's going to lead that charge.
Is that coming up?
No, it's not. So
Okay.
Kevin is going to talk to you about that.
So, and what we'll do, just in terms of procedurally, if it pleases the tribe and the Massachusetts Gaming Commission, we'll take these questions and then we'll stop for a brief break before we move into the environmental section. With that said, Chairman Crosby, with respect to the phasing, it lays out exactly the way it is in the IGA, the intergovernmental agreement that the tribe has with the city of Taunton. And that, very simply can be summarized as 4 phases. The first phase, which is supposed to occur within 15 months of the commencement date. Think of the commencement date as essentially May of this year, right? So within 15 months, the IGA requires that the tribe have a casino up. No hotel, just a casino. Then within 30 months, that the tribe have the first hotel. then within 60 months, the second hotel, and then after 60 months with no date certain, the final phasing of the project, which you heard is the third hotel in the water park. So that's the master plan that you will see in that the environmental piece was done on NEPA, and that's also what's in the intergovernmental agreement, the IGA. That's the same phasing that we're following. So if you think about it very simply, phase one is the southern podium we call, which is half of the overall facility with basically 2,300 gaming positions, rolled out with all of the best-in-class fit and finish so that from day one, the images that you've seen here intentionally with respect to, minus the hotel images, we've intentionally showed images that are day one images. So that from day one, it's a best-in-class, game-changing facility. So that's phase one, and that's what we're moving forward to have open by June 1st of 2017. Phase two, which essentially brings in the rest of the elements, what we're doing there is we're bringing in the second hotel and the rest of the podium and the garage. We expect to have that fully realized by 2020. And then we'll introduce the third hotel, and then finally after 60 months from commencement, we'll be introducing the water park in the third hotel. So that's how the phasing lays out.
And you talked about the IGA with Taunton. Maybe this is for the mayor.
Yes.
Does this, if you don't do those phases, is that a breach of the IGA? And if so, what rights does the mayor have or the Taunton have?
Yeah. So right now, what the IGA calls for is that the tribe and the city of Taunton will work together by its own terms to determine the amount, the time, and the scope of the actual implementation. So the very next stage, which we anticipate to have signed by the end of this month, actually, is an implementation plan with the city of Taunton, where it spells out exactly how that would be implemented. And that's the very next phase. So the IGA, in short, built in that flexibility for the city and the tribe to determine at this stage how exactly it will be implemented, as opposed to a rigid formula that would require some sort of other process. But for that, I'll let the mayor speak to it as well.
I'm going to hand this off. Actually, we brought our city solicitor, Jason Buffington. We also have Attorney Sid Freilich here as well that can answer those legal questions. Jason?
Thank you, Mayor. Chairman, members of the commission, I don't want to fail to emphasize enough how cooperative of a working relationship the city and the administration has had with the tribe. It's been that way from the very beginning, and we have no reason to think that it will continue to be anything other than that. As Kevin spoke about, we are working on an implementation agreement right now, and we expect that that will be successfully completed within the next month or so.
And the implementation agreement will detail the rest of the phases? Is that what I understood?
Yes, in general terms, our intergovernmental agreement, which I'm sure you've had, I'm sure you had a lot of documents to review, but it's also available on the city's website. It speaks in general terms of, just as Kevin said, the 4 phases, and generally speaking, which components of the overall project will be completed in what phases, and there are timelines delineated in the intergovernmental agreement, beginning from the commencement date, measuring outward as to what will be contained in each component. Now, just so the Commission is also aware, the agreement, the intergovernmental agreement, contains a waiver of tribal sovereignty so that it is enforceable in the courts of the Commonwealth. It is there to resolve disputes, should the need arise.
Does the tribe have any assurances that anything happens beyond phase one? The tribe presumably is tremendously invested in the full project. That's what this is being presented as. Does the tribe have any rights or assurances that these phases actually happen?
Yes, it's a day one commitment to how we're building the entire development. We had options. The tribe had options. One of those options was to retrofit existing buildings on the site and to open up this year. The tribe, at their leadership, elected to not do that. And instead, what we've done is we've taken the 100% complete master plan and we're building into that. So it's embedded in the way in which it's being built, and while it's being referred to as phasing, what it really is it's successive mobilization. And there are certain items that from day one are being mobilized for the entire project. So day one, the entire traffic mitigation is being mobilized. The approach that we've taken to the IGA, that the tribe's taken to the IGA, is to not just develop the resort aspects that are delineated clearly in the IGA, but to actually go above and beyond that. The tribe is actually rolling out a master plan that exceeds that. And on top of that, the traffic mitigation that was set forth, the tribe there too is exceeding that, providing a full range of local and state mitigation. It is a humongous project and undertaking that is roughly about $30 million worth of traffic improvements that will begin day one. So it is not so much that it's phase one has this portion of traffic development. That's not the way this whole project is envisioned. We are building into the master plan on day one. We just believe we can have a portion operational by 2017.
Mr. Jones, you mentioned before, or others mentioned before, that the financing, you have full financing, and you also have construction drawings. Is that for all phases, or is that for phase one?
All phases.
All phases?
Once again, we're building the entire master plan. So part of the assurance is in what's already been invested. When I mentioned earlier the hundreds of millions of dollars, that was to get us to a turnkey development. So the construction documents that you see sitting over there, those aren't phase one construction documents. Those are construction documents for the entire master plan.
Same for the financing?
The financing, what we're doing, we're being asked to go ahead and provide financing that for the entire project is front-loaded in certain portions. So right now, phase one is fully financed. And then in terms of timing for the tribe, it's our job as developers to ensure that the tribe has the best possible options in the market. And that's what we want to position the tribe to do. So we're actually hopeful that during other phases, it won't just be Genting, that there'll be other parties involved. We've been approached by those parties, the tribe has been approached by those parties, and we're actually excited about the ability to hopefully be able to roll that out in a few months from now. So starting with phase one, that's Genting, but you should expect to see other commercial players.
I have a question relating to workforce development and promotion issues. There probably is not another region of the Commonwealth that's more economically challenged than the Southeast region, our Region C. I was born in New Bedford and have spent a great deal of time in Fall River, Taunton, and New Bedford. Speaking personally, but I think it's shared by the other commissioners, that there is no higher priority in the decisions that we make than what's the impact going to be on the development of a wider workforce in the region that we're involved with, whether awarding a license or otherwise. My question goes to what concrete steps are you committing to develop the workforce, not just of the Taunton area, but of the whole southeast region, including New Bedford, Fall River, Brockton, and Taunton. And I might just say, in passing that I was really struck when we had the host community agreement in Brockton a few weeks ago, not agreement, the host community meeting, of how poor and how economically distressed Brockton is. So this is front and center, and so the question is, what real concrete steps are you going to take to develop the larger workforce, including commitments to diversity in the Southeast region?
Yes, Commissioner McDonald, thank you. It's a great question. And I think the first part of your answer is location. It's so centrally located that people that want to come to work and start a new career or a new job from any of those towns that I've just talked about, from Boston all the way down through Fall River, down through New Bedford, up to Brockton, and of course Taunton, have that opportunity because it's centrally located. They don't have to drive as far perhaps as they would elsewhere. Our corporate culture is to provide training and to provide training to people that need it. There are minimum qualifications, obviously, for any job description, but many of those job descriptions, the hurdles are not high, so we can train people, we can show them what needs to be done, and we have, more importantly, I think, a culture of promotion from within. So when we are promoting somebody from one position to another, or a position becomes vacant, the HR division puts it up on the board internally for the first 2 weeks, and only internal candidates are considered for that position. Only if after 2 weeks there's nobody internally that is applying, then it goes to the outside. So that way we give a pathway to financial independence to the people who work hard for the tribe in the first place, work hard for us in the first place, and give them an opportunity to advance through the workforce. In terms of diversity, we have a long history of working in the diversity side of how we structure our workforces. It only takes a trip to our property in New York City to see that. We are probably 80% diverse in that, and that's huge. Obviously, the tribe has, this is obviously employment for the tribal members, so tribal members have that same opportunity. They have first right under terror. That's like any other Native American tribe in the country. But there are 3,000 plus jobs in this when this master plan is finished. And if you go down to some of the casinos in Southeast Connecticut and you talk to some of those folks down there, many who've worked for me, many who started with me in 1992 when that property opened up, they have been very successful. They have been able to thrive. They've been able to have their families, buy homes, and have a source of pride in their work. That's what we deliver. It's not easy. There are rules and regulations. You have to show up, you have to work hard, and you have to do the job. But we provide the pathway to do that, and that's our intention here. I hope that's satisfactory.
Thank you.
Just a question to pick up on the local purchasing piece, and I appreciate your comments about making sure that local businesses are sharpening their pencils and giving you the best bids. Two-part question. One of the things I noticed off the list was beverages, obviously a big part of the casino F&P side of the house. Are there any national contracts that are involved in your operation that would maybe supersede some local buyers? And secondly, what strategies do you employ to help promote the capacity of some local businesses to meet your objectives and meet your requirements?
There's a two-part answer to that too. The gentleman that was introduced to you earlier, Randy Nutter, is our Vice President of Food and Beverage in Resorts World New York City, and he came out of one of the southeastern Connecticut casinos. So he has a long history of doing that. National contracts, Coke and Pepsi, I mean, that's a given because nobody else can compete with their pricing. And almost everybody approaches Coke and Pepsi. But if that can be regionalized, we're more than happy to do it. If they are competitive in nature and we get the best outcome, no question about that. As far as the other opportunities for alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages. The more local, the better for us, because it is more green. They're not on the highways so much. They're coming from a shorter distance. It's better for the local businesses. It's a better outcome for everybody. It keeps the jobs closer. The implied jobs are closer. They stay within the state. So that will be the intention, and it will, as it has elsewhere that we've operated, I think be very beneficial for the local businesses. We're very focused on that.
Sir, I had a question about, we just saw a presentation. We've seen a couple of them by the community colleges who are working together to offer programs, training, education in different casino tracks. I know one of them is Bristol Community College, which is nearby. In fact, they're having some kind of a casino laboratory at the Independence Mall across the street from this location, the Galleria Mall, sorry. And I just wondered if that would add some value to your own internal training, or if that's something you are aware of and considering, listening to what they have in mind and maybe partnering.
Yes, Commissioner Cameron. BCC is close by, as you say. We have met with them. We have met with the principals, and we've talked about F&B training. We've talked about potentially table games training. And we may provide them with some of the trainers and do that training there. We'll wait and see at the end of the day. But certainly there is opportunity for BCC to participate. And I mean, let's face it, when, I remember Atlantic City. I was there in the early days, and I remember Atlantic City, ACC, Atlantic City Community College, and how that started with zero and went on to have a very, very robust training program. And I think that the same thing has to happen here. And I think it's organic in nature. It happens because there are so many people looking to go to work, young people looking to get educated. If I educate myself, I'm better suited to apply for the job, and we support that 100%.
Thank you.
Mike, am I dreaming, or I thought I remember that the renderings that I've seen originally had a sort of an S-curve. It didn't, the renderings that I've seen in photographs in the media, is that something, am I thinking of something else, or has this always been the design?
No, Chairman, you're not dreaming.
Oh.
The original renditions that we put up there, we put up conceptual drawings very early, and then we went to the S-curve drawings. We took those S-curve drawings to lay out the site, understand how the site worked, operated, understand how the circulation operated, and with the intention, in actual fact, of actually following that through to a final design. The more we got into it and the S-curve design in the hotels, we realized that the shape of the hotel rooms was not as friendly, particularly at the end of these buildings, as we wanted them to be. So with guidance from the chairman and the tribe, we guided Paul and his team, let's go back to a conventional structure so that we can...
Okay. I thought you had said that the chairman said, you like that design, stick with that design, don't change it, but just tweak the insides.
No, we took those hotel towers off and we squared them off, and we actually moved them over to the other side of the podium, and that was with Paul's help.
Right, okay. If we don't have any more questions on this part, with everybody's forbearance, I'm going to suggest we take a brief break. Is that all right with you all? And we'll come back in 10 minutes?
Very good, Chairman. Thank you very much. Thank you for the opportunity, and thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you. All right, so we'll have a brief adjournment and be back in 10 minutes.